to break out, even though he's mainly just an Evelyn and an Elise player in past. This patch is much better for something like Nocturne, which he used to play a lot of, or maybe even a Xin Zhao if he wants to match early jungling. But looks like junglers are getting picked right off the bat, so we don't have to worry about that. Yeah,
pretty fast and furious ban phase. You figure when these teams come in, they know who they're fading against for a while. They've got like weeks to prepare at this point, and they just throw the bans in and out. And of course, the first pick, Kha'Zix, does come through here for Kez. Now, Yatsuki has played it. I don't know if that's going to be necessarily the case here, if he's going to grab it, but
it's true.
There's a couple of contested picks on both these lineups.
There's a definite chance that he plays a Kha'Zix in the top lane, also because Westrice also shares a little bit of an offbeat champion pool in the top lane. When I see Westrice default in the top lane, it would be to a Renekton, which is very good against Kha'Zix.
Yeah.
And I would actually see Kha'Zix as more of a pick away from Broken Shard.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's not necessarily one of Kez's specialties.
Yeah, so we'll see if he pans out well with it. Of course, Lucian does come through to Robert X. Lee. Seems to be the most contested AD carry here with no bans. They grab that right off the bat. Multiple mid lane bans coming across, but it's the LeBlanc pick as well for Prolly here on CLV. So, gotta say, 2 lanes set up pretty well for success.
Yeah, Prolly when Ziggs is available, not very Prolly-like. He almost always had picked Ziggs in the past when that was the situation, but I can see that. LeBlanc is absolutely an LCS style mid laner in a sense, where you're amazing at executing. There's very little the enemy team can do about it. Yeah. And that's definitely something Prolly's been putting a lot of time into. Yeah,
it seems to be the premier pick among mid laners here. I mean, Lulu actually not being grabbed just yet, not banned but not picked up. Yeah. In the European series, we saw it every game.
Yeah.
Here in North America, it seems a lot of people are kind of falling away from that one for now. It seems a 4.5 nerfs were enough to make them back off. Of course, Shyvana now grabbed up for Yasuki, so that is going to be the jungle Kha'Zix as you identified. The support Karma also premier support pick.
A lot of speed coming in. I wonder if they'd be as bold as to pick Sivir as well and try and stack all that on top. Nope. They just locked in the Corki right away.
Immediately Corki. C9T know their picks right off the bat every single time.
Damn, they're fast with this.
Yeah, C9T have this all planned out. They know what they want to pick up there, got their contested picks, grab the Corki now for the rest of the lane. And of course, Lulu being grabbed is actually a support Lulu here for Bubba Dub.
Yeah. He's one of the few that still play support Lulu.
You can't get it otherwise. Mid laners be grabbing that.
Yeah, exactly.
And they get to pick first. They're above.
Exactly. Maxing Glitterlance for sure. Support Lulus were never ones to actually abuse the help picks double Glitterlance because they didn't have the mana pool for it, since they have to build all the support itemization and Sightstones. Yeah. So the support Lulu wasn't hit as hard as the mid Lulu. Therefore can still work in there. It's very good against Shyvana in team fights as well. Yeah. I wonder for compLexity.Black here, though, if they're bringing enough damage just overall.
Well.
And they just went, geez, with another single target. But that's going to be... Is that a...
I feel like that's top Warwick.
Yeah, it has to be.
I mean, I suppose we could see Feral Flare Warwick. Like, you get a lot of damage out of it with the ulti. You'd proc 5 times. You'd get all your health back, but...
It's definitely top lane, but that is a severe lacking in damage.
Yeah.
They're going to have to... I feel like they have to destroy their lanes.
Can you grind out that team, though? Like, I forget if this is really like a standard comp anymore, but when people used to run Bruiser Heavy, especially in Season 2, when Zillia mid was a thing, and you'd grind out team fights. Yeah. You would just survive longer than them, and eventually you have to win.
I mean, generally in those situations, you had a little bit of AoE damage, at least.
Yeah.
Warwick is all single target, Elise is all single target, LeBlanc, maybe if you get a lucky distortion off, right? Like, they all have AoE spells, but they're primarily single target focused, and you compare it to the other side with Karma, the Ziggs, Karma, Corki, Shyvana.
Yeah.
A lot of damage there coming out in fights. I really feel like compLexity.Black, they're picking to win lanes. That's about all they have going for them.
They're definitely going to try for that one. Yeah. I mean, we'll see if it pays off, of course. I'm actually curious then on the thought, because compLexity.Black, very bruiser heavy, right? A lot of tanky sort of guys. You got Lulu to give more health. She just accentuates bruisers in general. I forget how the counter pick sort of went. AoE versus bruiser. Because bruisers are going to be stuck in AoE because they're all melee.
Exactly.
But I feel like they're tanky enough to survive, you know, a bunch of like Ziggs AoE, but I forget which way that matchup tended to sway.
Yeah, generally the like double AP AoE compositions would overtake the bruiser tank compositions.
Okay.
But this compLexity.Black team isn't necessarily, in my opinion, a full bruiser composition. It's just a Warwick and an Elise, right?
Okay.
That's normally something you could see as a Shyvana Mundo would be like, that's a bruiser composition.
Okay.
These guys are, they're still pretty dashy in and out. I just feel like they're really overloading utility on this team. with single target assassination. So they're absolutely going to have to go for a lot of picks. They're going to have to dominate the lane phase. They're going to have to control vision, because if they're ever forced into those straight up 5v5 situations, I feel like Cloud9 Tempest has a vastly superior teamfight composition.
Okay, we'll see if it gets to team fights then for Cloud9 Tempest, but we are on to the Rift, guys. Game 1 of potentially 3 here. The winner guarantees a spot in the LCS Summer Promotion Tournament.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big deal to win this BO3.
Yeah, it puts them in the finals as well for the whole Challenger season.
Yeah.
Really. Bragging
rights. Doesn't suck.
Monies.
Yeah, and think about it, if you consider the LCS teams that you might fight against as well, right? Play Kha'Zix, no big deal, right? Wanted to remove that champion away from Kez instead. That was the compLexity.Black lineup thought. But we are into the game, and honestly, yeah, C9T, I feel like they got a lot of champions they know very, very well. So I think they've done a very successful champ select. compLexity.Black, they've always been a lineup, I feel like, that throws out weird things. I remember when they were playing, I think it was the promo tournament, actually. Westrice and Arthalon switched lanes, and they had Arthalon playing Mundo top. Westrice brought Kha'Zix mid.
They used to do lane swaps all the time. I remember Arthalon's mid lane AP Elise.
Yep.
That was one of the oldies.
It was fun. Unfortunately, that one did not actually become super common. I remember when mid lane Lulu was the rare pick. Zamfir brought that one out. But now everyone just plays it, so it's not even nearly as special. So let's see. compLexity.Black going to take their time. Minute 30 in, minions have spawned. So soon we're going to see the top laners potentially teleport to their own lanes. And because the setup's here, I guess we're going to have a 2-on-2 top.
Yeah, so maybe these teams are not just saying one team has to 2v1. They're just predicting where the other team's going to fly off to. Or will they actually just run in? There's only 4 compLexity.Black people here, but 5 Cloud9 Tempest. This could be really bad.
Oh, Q comes across, not of AoE comes in, the flashes as well. Who's going to get out of this one? Summoner heals used for a bit of movement speed. Another flash coming in, Kez nearly in range. Robert X Lee, one hit from dead, down he goes, first blood to C9T. Now Westrice also under fire, one more shot to go. The Q comes across, the flash from Kez slows down Prolly, 2 kills C9T.
Wow, so just a huge smattering of spells used right as the minions spawn too, which makes it even more punishing. Right there, the compLexity.Black fell, because they will not be able to just go to their lanes immediately and get experience. So not only are they down on gold, they're heavily down on experience.
They're going to be down in some of the jungle as well. Kez going to get himself level 2 off the red buff. And he's going to back off without clearing the camp as well. So Broken Shard at his own buff, starting up with the Golem. Not a huge problem for him, but you can see he's about a camp behind. And we'll see if there's going to be any other buff trades. Probably props to passive. And actually, CLB off the death, move their lanes around. They do look to 2v1 against Yazuki.
Yeah, well, Warwick with the teleport. Yazuki with the teleport as well. Westrice still not really doing much. You can see the Broken Shard and Westrice are maybe hoping to enact the buddy system here. It's what they call when, you know, most teams, when they 3v1, they get to jungler level 3, and their top laner will jungle himself and then just go to his lane later. What compLexity.Black likes to do, and what they did when they took an inhibitor turret at 4 minutes against compLexity Red, is they buddy up with the top laner of the jungle, make sure they both hit level 2, and then go to lane with 4 people. However, we're almost 4 minutes in now, and they haven't even completed the buddy system, because they were heavily set back by those early deaths. Plus, Westrice isn't even level 2 yet.
Well, the friendship is now going to start. There it is. Gets a couple of minions, and there's the cannon wave. compLexity.Black showing up there for this one. And yeah, Yazuki's going to make his way elsewhere on the map.
He teleported top to help with the push.
Yeah, so both teams going to run the 4-man there. Top lane turret's already going to go down, so C9T, despite the more durable turret, take that one out. Of course, the Warwick W will help CLB keep this push going, but so far 1-for-1 turret, second one going to be soon.
The Warwick actually works incredibly well in this format.
Yeah.
Roof attack speed from that W is massive. Plus
Prolly ignited the Bishu. Barrier popped as well. Probably forced a disengage. He's a couple hits from dead, though. This is going to be an important fight. Flashes the Q! So, Bishu!
Under 10 health.
Wow.
Just regenning up now.
Oh my gosh, such a close fight. But Bishu gets it. Second tier turrets under fire. These are going to be actually pretty much equalized here, slightly to C9T. But the push continues.
They both decide to stop after 2.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of recalls back.
Yeah, let's take another look at this one just to see how close
he's down a level.
Trades were. Yeah, he was down a level. That's because of the first blood action. Shows you how strong he could have been. Does end up staying in. He tries to flash in over the bomb, which was really nice, but he just miscalculated his auto attack damage. He thought that next auto was going to kill him. It didn't, and he ended up losing the trade.
Well, there you go. Gonna see actually. So Bishu, I'm gonna check his armor real quick just to be curious. Only 25 armor on Ziggs, meaning he didn't run armor seals. That was just health.
Yeah. But a lot of magic resist, so
I think
in the overall trades he was a little bit healthier. This is an early dragon take. Cloud9 Tempest is coming down here. compLexity.Black's got to be real careful not to tilt this game.
Well, in comes Kez, who's got the smite. It's going to be red team picking up Dragon. Well done there to Broken Shard, but he's got nowhere to go. Kill pick up for C9T. By that trade of a Dragon.
4 kills already for Cloud9 Tempest. Now remember, the first blood happened so early, it's not full value.
Yeah.
60% of the total value for kills before 2 minutes, and then it scales up to full value between 2 and 4 minutes. So the kills now are absolutely full value. Getting the Dragon for 1 kill, considering they're already down kills, is not bad.
Oh, wow.
That was the 5th kill.
Yep.
Not sure how that one happened. Kez is going to be a very scary man.
Yeah, he's got Spirit Stone and a Longsword before 6 minutes into this game. Definitely a great start for himself. The top lane is fun to watch as well because Yasuke's actually staying up there against Westrice. Happy to play hyper-aggressive, super far in, and he's not worried about the Elise ganks. Actually, Broken Shard might get spotted out by Kez here.
Oh dear. Oh dear. They've lost complete control of the map here.
Running out of health, pops the repel. Has nowhere to go. Bomb's going to land. Nice heal comes in. He's going to stay alive for now. Kez, low on health. The re-engage comes in. Probably helping his team. Robert actually picks up the kill. CLB turned that one around.
And so necessary right there. Kez definitely should not have leaped onto the spider there where he thought it was coming down. That's the big disadvantage that they're holding. It's still a 1,000 gold differential. Yeah. Which isn't that much when you consider what's happened.
Yeah, a 4-kill deficit. Honestly, Minions, I'm looking at it, and Minions actually are pretty far apart, actually. Look at freaking what Altec's got right there. 52 to the 24 of Robert Exley's Lucian. I gotta say, that's a very scary Corki in the near future. Yeah,
and we said in our pregame, which was so long ago at this point, but when Cloud9 Tempest can get Altec going, it is a big problem for the other team. They haven't even really had to try. He's just had the freedom of farming this game, and he's taken full advantage of it.
You're going to see there's the 2-on-2. No, the 3-on-2. Kez showing up as
he's
well.
Level 6.
Yeah, right. Robert Exley forced to run away. The dash comes in. The Valkyrie forwards Ziggs bomb as well. Will they get much more damage? Glebe now stuck, or sorry, Bubba Dub in the wrong spot. Root comes through. Glebe Glarba picks up the kill for this one. C9T now 6-1.
This could just be a classic snowball game right here. Team composition-wise, Cloud9 Tempest, we know they're stronger in 5v5 scenarios. And we know compLexity.Black's team composition was all about gaining map control, getting an edge, never letting Cloud9 Tempest set up for team fights. But because compLexity.Black has lost so much pressure already, it's actually Cloud9 Tempest that's playing the pick game with an AoE team composition.
True.
So there's really not much compLexity.Black can fight back with outside of catching Cloud9 Tempest making mistakes.
Well, they're going to look for this blue buff right here. I mean, last time this side of the jungle got invaded, it did turn into a kill for compLexity.Black, but you're seeing Kez try this one. Probably still around Bubba Dub as well. Looks like Minions going down. I want to see who ends up getting this blue buff because Kez not wanting to give this one away. Pink ward comes down just to reveal a bit more of the map.
Kez being level 4 is the one weakness of Cloud9 Tempest right now.
But compLexity.Black did pull it into the brush, and here comes a flash in. Westrice finds a stun. Bishu taking a whole bunch of punishment, does get taken down. The Warwick Roam works for him. Altec now the one getting attacks, going to jump over the wall pretty safely. Westrice no ulti, not much mana either. compLexity.Black, they find another kill.
And they could never get the blood scent on.
Chain, but the cocoon's going to land. Kez has nowhere to go. 2 kills compLexity.Black off that jungle invade.
Well, they do have a very utility and single target heavy team right there. So when they could force the 5v4, the flash ultimate from Westrice did give him a little bit of an edge, but now the question is how much is that sacrifice? How much farm does that give back to Yuzuki, and how much did they really take off that? Still 1,500 gold down, but that's a positive move. compLexity.Black needs more of that.
See if they can find any more. The Warwick ultimate more than halfway back up, so maybe they'll find that one soon again. We'll see if Distortion comes in for Westrice as well. Produce that flash, that TP cooldown. We'll see what happens overall. Probably actually right now holding the mid lane with Bubba Dub. They're leaving actually solo lane farm to Robert Exley. You mentioned that level lead that Altec had a little while ago. Nice burst comes through as well. But they're letting that Lucian get some levels to get the culling, to get some more of his combat stats.
Looks like both AD carries are doing the Bloodthirster rush. Except there's a BF sword on one guy. Just the Vamp Scepter on the other.
Yeah.
Altec going to continue to try and bully him out. Just a couple rockets.
But you can see it's pretty easy for the Corky Burst to come through. Robert doing the best he can to make the trades, but Zerk Greaves don't work very much in burst scenarios. He can do what he can with the ultimate. He actually, last time he got sent back and picked those up. See now the push still coming through the mid lane for Prawley. He'll do what he can with this one. Bishu, though, with the blue buff, to keep in mind with that last invade, it actually did force compLexity.Black to pick up blue buff on a broken shard. He had to secure that one himself, so Prawley, running out of mana here, did pick up an early flask for his lane.
Yeah, I mean, broken shards items is pretty much comparable with what Kez has done. Kez's Kha'Zix has been the least impressive part of this Cloud9 Tempest team. 2, 2, and 3, but only 19 CS.
Yeah. Well, think back to the pick and ban phase. Right? They left the first pick Kha'Zix open, banning only the Evelynn. Yeah. And, you know, maybe that did work out here for compLexity.Black. We'll see what Kez can do with the rest of this game. Still, he's got money. He's got a Lizard Elder to the Golem Spirit of Broken Shard. We'll see how these junglers match up. But they're on equal item tiers right now due to the farm advantage. We'll see 1,600 separates these guys, and still, actually more lane rotations. compLexity.Black putting their AD carry back into the mid lane now, holding that one. Probably starting to roam around. Early sweeper, 3 sweepers already for CLB. 2 for Cloud9 Tempest. A couple of pink wards added to the inventories of various members. Westeros also adding just an early tanky build, so not going...
Yeah, not going for that Glacial Shroud.
Oh my gosh, the damage in the mid lane though, Prawley finding the roam. Taking the kill down.
Yeah, I mean...
Mid-game's going well.
Honestly, Kez's presence has been diminished right here, and the kill for... That timing for the kill could not be better. Ziggs is the main threat when trying to zone away from the Dragon area, and this is the type of 1v1s they want to be getting. Kez having to blow his ultimate before even going in for the Dragon here. Altec gonna try to do it himself.
Here comes the teleport as well. It's gonna be the disengage. CLB have to give away the Dragon, and look at this. Nice re-engage. Cloud9 Tempest showing no fear. Take the Dragon for themselves.
The teleport by Yuzuki is, in the end, what sealed it.
Yep.
So the previous fight was won because Westrise could teleport down, but this Dragon was won because Yuzuki could teleport down, and that was huge.
Wow, flash forced away. Glebe Glarbu nearly getting taken down on that one. Does get himself the safety for this one, though. Yasuki's still going to just clear away waves in the mid lane. The top lane, of course, already got pushed in. So it's going to be a bit of defense coming in for Westrise to hold that turret. Now the global objectives are off the map, and keep in mind C9T has already taken the outer turret in the bottom lane, so it's going to be Altec just shoving that one in, but just some quick, easy turret defense. No other objectives really on the map right now.
Yeah, so 2,000 gold lead, holding pretty strong for Cloud9 Tempest, but they're definitely not doing that much to close this. I'd say compLexity.Black actually haven't lost their heads after that disastrous early game.
Yeah.
This game started 5 kills to 0, about 5 or 6 minutes in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is just absurd.
Well, so far, it's going to look at what's equalized so far. Top laners, pretty much the same situation. Upgraded boots, starting their major builds. Tank versus early Cutlass here. Jungler still on actually fairly equal footing as well, despite kills on one side, farm on the other. Just the general jungle spirits. Mid laners, I still got to say, a big lead right now to Bishu. Even though Prawley has finished, you know, getting a kill in mid lane once in a while, I just got to say that Ziggs is massive. As long as he's got his barrier, he'll probably be safe. But probably just sweeping away some wards, trying to still make plays on that LeBlanc. DFG LeBlanc, also to point out.
Not, I mean, most likely.
Yeah.
We started in the NDC large.
I usually don't see Death Cap.
You don't see Death Cap Rush. DFG, especially for the type of play they're trying to make, which is to single out an individual target. The DFG is the play for Prawley. He wants to be able to control Bishu out of the lane and then make plays off of that. If they cannot get control of individuals, then they will never be able to get control of the game.
We'll see what the next individual play is going to be. Teleport is up for Westrise, but not for Yasuki. Though the timing is going to be such that teleport will be up with a minute to spare for the next Dragon respawn. So that could be something that Cloud9 Tempest is happy to wait for. We did say they're a team that, generally speaking, likes to play for the late game. They've got an AD carry with Bloodthirster and the beginnings of Phage.
Yep.
Although I got to point out, for CLB, Robert X. Lee has gotten pretty much all the kills on his team. So he's actually completely keeping pace with Altec right now.
Yeah. Definitely item-wise. 10 gold off.
10 gold. I was
He's
so
actually
close.
ahead of him.
He's ahead. There we go. Robert X. Lee going to fight the top laner here, who has not added much armor to the arsenal here. So,
and if you would,
okay.
if you would want an AD carry fed, you'd want its support to be Lulu as well.
Yeah.
The potential protection for Robert X. Lee is great, but I still don't think they're going to be highly threatening in team fights. They have to get the pick kills Like this one.
Ulti comes in, big damage on Yasuki, takes the Dragon Form, flashes, and gets himself out of range, but Westrice.
Blood scent.
Cutlass slow. Blood scent still there. Here comes Glebe, though. Q comes off, Westrice gets the kill, but he's got to run now. Here comes Kez, here comes Bishu. Good amount of damage comes in as well, and Westrice will fall. Trading the kill for that one. Top lane didn't go down or anything. Brokenshard's got to be a little bit afraid of Altec. Goes in for the fight, but Bloodthirster Corki is a scary force right here. Brokenshard not looking to take the missile, still running backwards. If that R had hit, Altec could have all in that.
Nice little trade there by Altec. It burns his entire mana pool, but there was so many people committed up in the top lane he could safely engage on a Brokenshard there without worrying about the stun. All things considered, though, that was actually pretty well played by both of them. They traded damage to an adequate level, and then they both had to back off.
It's going to be just the quick minion kills for Brokenshard, sustaining what he can with the melee W. Relief Blarby who attacked over the wall. Ooh. The Glitter Lance is not hit, but Ignite might be enough. Probably does pick up the kill. This shield granting him the assist thanks to Bubba. So 7-6 now in kills.
They did have to burn 2 flashes for that, but we're really seeing the coordination from compLexity and the reason they picked such a single target heavy team composition, because they're good at forcing these kills and they're trying to take advantage of Cloud9 Tempest just laning phase at this point. Despite compLexity.Black falling so far behind in the early game, they're crawling back. I can't even imagine if that disaster didn't happen at the start of the game where they gave up 5 kills, how well they'd be doing. I think they're completely outplaying Cloud9 Tempest for the past 13 minutes maybe?
Yeah.
12 minutes?
Yeah, everything past 2:30,
yeah,
roughly. After the level 3 versus level 4 all-in, I gotta say it's been compLexity.Black for the most part. A few glimmers for C9T. I gotta say their dragon play was smart. They lost Bishu, and they just came in and said, no, we're gonna take this dragon fight anyway 4v4 with the teleport. But yeah, it's a lot of great individual moves by compLexity.Black. I want to see when the aggression comes back for Tempest.
Well, we know dragons in a minute.
Yep.
And this is the really contentious part for compLexity.Black. If they have to fight a straight-up 5v5 at dragon, I think they might even lose the game. However, what they're trying to do is they're trying to get vision control of the dragon, and they're trying to catch someone from Cloud9 Tempest getting vision control. So if Prawley can catch someone without getting poked down by Ziggs, then they have the edge. But if it's a straight-up 5v5 fight, Cloud9 Tempest takes this one, no problem.
See if they can find it. Pink wards, 3 of them for compLexity.Black right on your screen here. Gonna get rid of some more wards. They don't want to let C9T in. Of course, vision control is the way that compLexity gets themselves some team fights. Cocoon's not quite gonna land right there. It's gonna be safety right there. Top laner still waiting around. You've got Westrice chilling up there. Of course, he has teleport and the Sunfire cape. Yasuki holding the mid lane for now, but no one's really gonna make any major headway. RobertXLee shoves the minion wave down, and looks like mid lane turret's under a bit of fire.
Yeah, the dragon's up in 2 seconds. This is actually compLexity.Black in huge danger of getting collapsed upon.
We'll see if dragon ends up being the goal instead, though. Honestly,
yeah, at this point,
trying for it.
Yeah, at this point, compLexity.Black, I don't think they can really do the dragon realistically without opting into a fight. If they do, they're being very bold. They'd have to instantly kill probably Bishu.
Well, it's going to be the dragon going down rather rapidly. They're not going to try it at all. Mid lane still the target of attention. Brokenshard holding on. Mid lane turret does go down. Inside track for compLexity.Black. Do they stop the rotation and get major damage here? There's a ward over the wall from Lulu. Spiderling comes in, and they're going to defer to Cloud9 Tempest. Of course, top lane has been pressured, though. It's another turret set up.
That was actually really good by both teams, knowing the limits of their team compositions and playing to each other's strengths. Cloud9 Tempest going for the dragon, and as a result, compLexity tried to rotate and go for blue. And once again now, it's Cloud9 Tempest trying to overpower the mid lane with this group of 5. Nothing on compLexity can really touch Cloud9 Tempest when they're 5.
Coming in, though.
Even if they got a fight here, I feel like Tempest wins it.
Well, let's see what happens. Westrice goes in for the ulti onto Kez. Big damage comes through, but he's going to escape that for now. Ziggs bomb comes across. Knock up there. Kez is going to disengage. Big burst from Corki as well. Westrice has the Lulu ulti forced to walk back on this one, culling with some decent damage, but nothing major picked up just yet. They're trading blows back and forth, and they stop.
Game on, I think, after that fight, because they both just kind of clashed into each other. A slight initiation edge right there.
The catch! Kez! Brokenshard finds the solo kill.
Wow. So what all of that just kind of told us is that compLexity.Black is well on their way to coming back in this game, because they initiated into a 5v5, albeit they did have a slight jump onto Cloud9 Tempest, which is what they need in fights like that. But then after they were able to evenly trade into Cloud9 Tempest strength, they got more kills.
Wow,
oh dear.
Probably overextends. Looks at the kill, and Altec doesn't find it. Brokenshard in a bad spot. That's going to be another kill picked up. Bubba Dub under fire. Triple kill for Altec. That's going to put C9T right back in the driver's seat.
I think I cursed them right there, saying how well compLexity.Black was finding picks and forcing fights, and they just walk into Altec's Corki. The last person on Cloud9 Tempest who you want to get kills right there picks up a bunch of them. Really, compLexity let their guard down for a second, and Altec crushed them.
Well, that's not going to be good things now for the red team here. Even blue up getting stolen away.
Look at this. They think it's a 3v2, but like, why go in so heavily onto Altec right there? Probably thought he could get the root. That's not going to stop Altec from spamming his spells on you. He never got the silence early on. And then Altec could just chase in for the triple kill.
Yep. Massive damage coming through there. Trinity Force done at 20 minutes plus the Bloodthirster. Big item lead there. You can see only Sheen plus half of Phage for Robert X. Lee. Bishu, oh, probably finds some damage.
He guessed he was in that brush. He had to jump in and then ward it.
That was impressive. It does force the flash out, so
yep.
So summon a spell pickup there for a ward. I gotta say that's a worth it trade. Altec gonna kill the minions that have gotten pushed down to the bottom lane. That's safe for him. 197 minions. C9T are letting him get all that farm, and it's paying off for him.
He's gonna be a real scary man. This is actually one of the strongest points in the game on Corki. Trinity Force first and Bloodthirster. Corki doesn't necessarily. We've talked about this, you and me, at length. We have slightly different opinions on Corki's ability to get armor penetration and magic penetration in the game. I feel like since he does such a mix of magic damage and physical damage, that right now, when he's just completed his core damage items, this is his strongest point in the game. Yeah, because he can't equally build penetration to maximize that armor later, so at this point, the enemy doesn't have the armor and magic resist, so he is just shredding everyone.
Yeah, I agree on that one for sure.
Yeah. Friendship.
Yes! I mean, you've got like 400 or 500 damage Qs by a late game. At this point, they're still like above 350.
Absolutely.
I keep forgetting to do the math on it, but right now, Corki Q is going to deal 360 plus 15. So he's like a 387 damage Q right there on like an 8-second-ish cooldown. There's a lot of magic burst right now coming out for him. Sork Shoes would be a good choice if you wanted him. Westrice getting rooted up a little bit. Yasuke has a Cutlass slow if he wants it, doesn't use it. Push now into the mid lane, C9T.
I really wonder. Cloud9T is, again, trying to force around his 5. The 3 kills by Altec might just put them over the top in this next fight. And as long as they continue to group up here, it makes it exceedingly difficult for compLexity to force anything. There's no split push going. There aren't minion waves that are shoving in. There are no objectives with which compLexity.Black can force around. So really in the driver's seat here is Cloud9.
There's no real hard engage for the roster, but they have a bunch of poke that they can force people off the turret with.
Their threat as a unit is what gives them the power right now.
You see the top lane turret down to below 1/3. Broken Shard taking a bunch of damage to his face. Robert X. Lee a little bit split off, but he is safe right now. Yasuke's not going to dive in just yet. The next wave shows up, though. Robert still off on the wings, puts the ulti down, finds some decent damage. Just enough for the team to wave clear, though. Yeah,
Robert's trying to take advantage of Cloud9 Tempest's inability to hard initiate right there. Normally that would be suicide for an AD carry to come into the side like that, but he knows Cloud9 can't really go at him.
Yeah. Well, Kez actually is off on the wings, but no one's going to capitalize if Bulwark did ulti on that one.
He's the weakest member of the team as well, so
yeah, he's frail.
If he went over there, there's a chance Robert could have just killed him.
Well, wave clear once again. Cloud9 Tempest looking for round 3 on this turret. Is it going to be enough damage? They're like 3 shots away.
Looks like.
They are going to take that turret down. Altec getting the kill credit on that one. 231 in minions. 303 is champion kill score. That is still a very powerful Corki. Dragon is up in 20 seconds, and C9T, they're all on the right side of the map for this one.
Yeah, if they pick up that Dragon, they're going to start... Going to open up a 5,000 gold lead. It's getting to the point where it might be too late for compLexity.Black. You know, you only get so many misplays in a game before you cannot come back. Honestly, if we're looking at this like a best-of-3 scenario, this is actually the type of game, if compLexity.Black keeps fighting back, that, oh dear, here comes the fight.
It's going to be the jump into Broken Shard, doesn't have HP, jumps into the air. Who's going to get the first real bit of damage down? Broken Shard does fall down, 1 for 0 C9T. Robert X. Lee forced to flash away. One shot from Dead, puts the cooling down. Flash attack from Altec, gets the kill, probably in a bad spot. Bump it up as well. Multiple kills coming through, only one traded back. It's going to be a 4 for 1 and another triple kill for Altec for C9T.
Altec is a monster right now, and is just a lonely Westrice who's going to try and do it all himself. Cloud9 pushing hard on this mid-turret.
Yeah, Westrice is going to do what damage he can, but he's not going to stop the turret from going down. Root might come out from Karma. Now they choose to just disengage instead. Blue buff and Dragon both up for C9T.
They're getting hunted by Warwick, but they should be able to take this. Another look at this fight. It's the group and the mob of Cloud9 Tempest. Broken Shard went in to just the heap of damage that Cloud9 Tempest has, and they're fighting in a choke point too, which is the worst place for compLexity.Black to pick this fight, since they do not do the AoE damage. It's no wonder this fight went 4-1.
Of course, Dragon picked up on the back of that one
Could not
as well.
get the Dragon, actually.
Oh, they didn't? Oh.
Yeah. Westrice did a number on him. They were also low, and Westrice had the move speed plus the huge amount of tankiness. He can get it back with compLexity.Black.
Well, that's actually a really good pickup in for these guys. Of course, still going +3 kills. Worth more than a Dragon at the very least. I know Dragon is worth more XP if you're under-leveled in the game. Pretty sure that change went through in the preseason.
Correct.
Yeah.
You are correct.
So you get up to triple experience for Dragon if you're far enough behind. You get 25% times the square of the level difference. That's
You're getting all technical. You're like, I think it went through this. Oh, here's the exact change. Yes.
25% times the square of the level difference, capped at triple. There you go.
Right,
that's the one.
Just did that out of his memory. So,
I love numbers. They're fun. You know, I used to play under the alias Rain Man back in the day. Before the Rain Man was a thing.
Yeah.
Before League of Legends. I used that alias. That'll show you what I like about numbers.
So anyway, Cloud9 Tempest right now, still a 6,000 gold lead. And before that last fight erupted. I was actually going to say this is the type of game that compLexity.Black's really going to regret. And these are the types of games that make best-of-3 series happen. Okay. I kind of feel like, to go all 3 games. Because clearly, ooh, that was a nice play by Robert. Clearly, compLexity.Black has a lot of positive aspects to their game that they can take advantage of certain aspects of Cloud9 Tempest, but they just made one too many mistakes this game.
Yeah.
And it's kind of gotten out of control. They're still going to think, and they've proven that they have the capability to beat Cloud9 Tempest in game 2. But this game, it's a long shot. Yeah,
it's going to take quite a bit of effort here. 7,000 gold, almost a difference there. And I kind of want to think back to the level 1 as well, because that was a greedy level 1. They went in with 4, expecting not to see 5.
Yeah, it's true.
Walking through wards, and was like, hope they're not there. We're going to invade with 4 people, and it definitely backfired on that one.
Almost speaks to overconfidence as a whole.
Yeah.
You know?
They thought they knew the level 1 setups, and was like, they'll be here, don't worry.
And you even look at the other mistakes they made this game. Like walking into Altek's Corki.
Yeah.
With a bunch of low health people.
Yeah. If you don't one-shot Corki, he will kill the LeBlanc.
Yeah.
You are not a durable man, probably. So we'll see what happens. Glebe Glabro actually picks up not only Spooky Ghost for himself, it's one of the items that got changed in 4.5, a lot more AP and some CDR, but also has a blue elixir, so high AP Karma, 130 something. He's almost got as much AP as Prolly. Converts on a Kez, good damage, but Prolly's forced to get back. Altek shows up, down below half. Zig's ulti not even going to matter. Altek finds the solo kill there. Twin Shadows get the slow on a Bubba Dub as well.
That means Baron. They're going to try for Baron now.
Yep, TP comes in from Shyvana.
The Spooky Ghost.
It returns.
This will be a tough one. They're banking on Broken Shard's ability to steal, or the rest of the team's ability not to die.
Westrice powers through the minefield. They get a slow onto 2, actually. See if they can find much more. Satchel Charge does blow up already, and C9T actually forced to disengage. Westrice, though.
The damage, though.
Health, the dive comes through. Will they find enough? There comes the dive on in. Bubba Dub goes down, but ulti comes in from Westrice's, but it's not going to be enough, though. Westrice now trying to run away on Warwick. One shot to go. Dodges a rocket. The stun comes in. Kez goes down. Nice play. Broken Shard repels over the wall on top of that one. That makes it a 1-for-1.
For now. Let's see if Broken Shard can get away from this one. Gleep Glarbu.
Flashes.
Nice flash. Knocked back.
Good satchel. Probably shows, though. Stun does not land on Altek. That's going to be Corki doing a whole bunch of pain. Now legendary for the C9T AD carry. Stops Baron, but it's a +1 kill.
Yeah. compLexity.Black up against the wall right here. Prolly is just ridiculously underfarmed. DFG with no supporting damage, no magic penetration, no death cap. He can't take out anyone right now because the magic resist is pouring in from Cloud9 Tempest across the board. Look at those Negatron Cloaks and Banshees both getting built up. Let's take another look at this fight, though. It was really just a nice smattering of damage by compLexity.Black. Robert X. Lee with a Culling to get them out of the pit to at least stop them from getting this. If Yuzuki landed that ultimate, I think, on a Westrice, this fight's a clean take for the rest of them. But because he was able to get away with the sliver of health, it delayed it a bit more. Still, 7,000 gold down.
7,000, very big deal right there. It's a 1/6 lead for a C9T. That's the ratio of gold increase for what that one's worth. We're going to see compLexity.Black. All they can really do now is just try to farm minions and get their gold back up in this one. Gonna see Warwick in the bottom lane, does not have teleport. Shyvana doesn't either, for what it's worth. Buffs going down. The Lucian's still trying to get some farm as well, but C9T is making their way right back to Dragon. And they started it right off.
Yeah, well, Lucian's back at base. Warwick is bottom lane, and they know his teleport was down because they saw him teleport into the last one. Aggressive take right here. It's going to have to be a steal, and then he would die afterwards.
Yeah, probably low on health. Broken are taking a bit of pain as well. They're going to wait this one out until the ward.
Look at the damage they can do over the wall.
They won't go down, though. Here comes the repel. Goes down too fast. Broken Shard's on the wrong side of the wall at this point. Down goes 2 kills so far. Altec finds the chase down to Bubba Dub. Now the rest of compLexity.Black trying to run away. RabbitXLee and Prolly forced back to their base. Westrice also now overextended. Pop the ulti, but has nowhere to go in this one. Flashes the wall. He's running. But that Warwick's going down.
How far, though? That's another kill for Altec. 10-0-6. The Corki is a monster, and so is the Cloud9 Tempest team. 11 kill advantage, pushing into the base with 5.
There we go. Inhib turret now under fire. Yasuki taking the turret shots. Doesn't care too much about that. The turret falling over. RabbitXLee on the back foot as well. He's running backwards. Probably still in a pretty decent spot for himself. But the mid inhib is gone. It's going to be C9T backing up, though, off that one, with another gigantic lead with Baron buff now on their champions.
Of course they must back away at this point, but we can definitely see they have built themselves up a monstrous advantage. They know the Dragon timer, or at least they should. They should stick around for this one. Altec, do not go home. Come on, guys. You're going to give a Dragon a compLexity.Black. Don't do it. They're going back.
They'd rather buy. Oh, the rest of them are going to do it.
Aha!
It's the split teamwork. The other guys kill it. It's going to be the Yordles don't need to kill dragons. They're non-violent, actually. They're just going to buy.
Yep.
Yordles a race that loves shopping.
Banshee's Veils on Yuzuki, Altec, even.
Most of it here for Bishu.
Most of it even on Bishu. Just goes to show how they are. Really just an overload of damage when compared to compLexity.Black. So they don't even necessarily have to itemize the Void Staff onto Ziggs. Normally you would see the third offensive item on Ziggs before the defensive item, but they're really just making sure that no one can get picked off because they know for a certainty if they get a 5v5 fight, they will win.
Yeah.
So they just are minimizing their ability to get one shot or surprised out of a fight.
I guess you figure with a 13,000 gold lead, that averages out to about 2,600 per person on the team.
It's a Bansheesville.
Yeah, like everyone can afford a Banshees and still does have a level lead.
And have just as much damage as the other team, too.
Exactly. Yeah. Plus Baron buff, plus all the other happiness that comes with levels, and just having health and MR is not exactly a dead stat. So it's going to be a good situation for Cloud9 Tempest, looking now to push in the bottom lane. Seems to be the area of focus with Bishu and Altec there, the Yordle pair. Karma's coming up. Shyvana with teleport up is waiting off on the top side. Just going to split push for now.
Plus, we were talking before the game, or during the first delay, about the double heal bot lanes and the amount of shielding that can happen in the game right now. Mikhail's for the heal, Locker the Iron Solar for the shield and the aura, on top of the Banshee's Veils, on top of the double heal.
Yep.
No one is getting assassinated by Prolly today.
Bishu even got barrier. You can get healed by the AD carry as well. There's so much health available to these guys. And the siege now begins. Yasuki will stay top lane there. Westrice will see if he can get his way in on the Warwick. They will have 4 seconds to make the move before Shyvana appears. Bubba loses goes health bar though to Altec. That's the kind of damage they're playing with.
I'd say that's a lot of damage. Bubba going to be in a bit of a pickle pretty soon here. Trying to cull away the wave, but Cloud9 Tempest is not afraid.
It's not the best thing for Prolly. He's been slowed down. Good burst comes in from Kez. Here comes the engage as well. AoE. Man, Mass Hold is coming across. Low health for compLexity.Black. Bottom lane inhibitor. Now going to go the way of Cloud9 Tempest as well. The siege continues now to the Nexus turrets. compLexity.Black do not look like they're going to be able to stop this one out. It's going to be the quick kill on turret number 1. C9T back off a little bit, waiting for the wave to push forward. Yeah,
we'll have 2 waves of Supermanions about to come in here. It's an almost nearly impossible hold for compLexity.Black, but they're going last-ditch effort.
Goes in for Bishu. Good damage comes across. He does fall over. Westrice trades his life for it. 1-for-1 fight goes in so far. Brogan now running away in the backlands. He's going to go down 2 kills again to Altec. 4v3 on the map from Cloud9 Tempest. Look now for the last Nexus turret. Push comes through. Burst comes in. Altec's not going to fall down. Gets Whimsy. Doesn't matter. Flashing away. Altec's still alive. Getting lower on health. Tries to get the kill. He does go and trade kills for this one. But the ace comes through. 2 kills for Kez. Nexus goes down. Cloud9 Tempest Gonna win game 1 of the semifinal.
25 kills in 35 minutes. They get the Nexus, and that was a nice victory for them. Yes, they had the benefit of the level 1, but the game ended up evening out a little bit. compLexity.Black did swing a little bit of that forward towards their momentum. They kept their heads.
Yeah.
They didn't go on tilt. A lot of teams, after realizing they had a big edge and they start down like that, they'd start yelling at each other, they'd start tilting. And pressure games have been a problem for players like Bishu in the past. To stay steady throughout the rest of that, good work by Cloud9 Tempest.
Yeah, they played the game pretty much straight. Lost a couple kills, didn't matter too much. Played the objective game pretty well. And yeah, they got the team fights. I especially like the mid game where we had, I think it was like Dragon Fight number 3. And you had compLexity.Black pushing mid, pushing top. C9T took Dragon, came back to defend mid, pushed mid themselves, actually equalized the turret score off that one as well.
Yeah.
And the whole time, it was like they kept playing these like, I know you'll take this, so we'll do that. They said, well, we can react to that. And they kept kind of playing one step ahead. And they matched really well in the rotations. Both teams were smart.
Yeah, I mean, but as we move towards this best of 3, because we're in best of 3 land now.
Yes.
They no longer get to play these best of 1s. I do feel like compLexity.Black has a shot to take them down.
They do.
Still, this would be one of those things where you think maybe they take games 2 and 3 if they pick a more teamfight-centric composition.
Yeah.
And don't make the mistakes level 1. Great victory for Cloud9 Tempest. They stayed with it, but they had that level 1. You don't get that every game.
Yeah, we'll see what happens in the next couple of games, guys, with our first semifinal game in the books. Time to take a quick break. When we come back, it's game 2 between compLexity.Black and